it's Deja from CrochetEverAfter.com, and right now I'm going to show you how to do the magic adjustable loop with half double crochet. So you might not use this for amigurumi or stuffed animals because it is half double crochet, but it comes in really handy if you're making, say, a beanie and you want that first round to be completely closed. So let's show you how to do that right now. I'm going to do my magic adjustable loop in half double crochet, and usually you're not using half double crochet for amigurumis, which is a very common place where you're going to see magic adjustable loops, but you might use it for a beanie or another project in the round where you want that first round hole to be completely closed. So what I like to do is I like to have I'm going to keep my tail very short so you can see it while I'm working. Usually I would make the tail much longer to be able to weave in easier, but I hold my yarn and I have my tail on the bottom and facing to the left, and then to create my loop I take my right hand and I twist down, and what that does is it puts the tail behind my working yarn and pointing to the left, so you can see it's crossed over. And then to create my magic adjustable loop, first I like to create a slip knot. Some people don't do this, but I like to do this to kind of anchor it. I reach through the center of my loop and I grab my working yarn and then I pull it up through the loop. And I always hold on to my loop with both hands so it's easier to work with. Otherwise it's going to be flopping around on you. But I also like to secure my loop by creating just a slip stitch slip knot, because now I can open up the loop if I need to, or close it down by pulling my tail. Now because I'm working half double crochet, what I'm going to do is make 2 chains, and that's going to count for my first half double crochet. I'm going to count that as the first one. I'm going to make 7 more half double crochets in my loop, because usually if you're making a round you want to make a flat disc at first, and to make a flat disc in half double crochet you have to make 8 of them in each round. You have to increase by 8. That's just the geometry, as I like to say, of creating flat rounds depending on what stitches you use. Since these are a little taller than single crochets, you have to do a couple extra. So chain 2 is my first one, then I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to reach through the center of my loop, which is my circle. I call it my loop because it's the magic adjustable loop. And then I'm going to yarn over, or lay over, because you kind of just lay it over to be able to catch it, and pull up the loop. Then I kind of grab everything so I don't lose it. Grab both sides. Got 3 loops on my hook. I yarn over and I finish off my first half double. So I have 1 out of chain 2s and a second one actually made. So I keep doing this. I keep yarning over, reaching through the center, pulling up, holding on to everything as I yarn over and finish my half double. And I keep working around. Now if you made your loop a little too small like this and you're trying to work, you could actually still work into it, but if you want lots of room, just give a tug on the yarn and it's going to open it up. Also, if you made it too big, just pull on the tail and you can make it smaller. So I'm going to keep working around. You see I let go when I put it through because I'm trying to guide my hook the correct way, but I hold on to both sides of my loop as I'm pulling through and doing certain things. So let's see how many I have so far. I like to count backwards from where my loop is on my hook. It's a little easier for me than trying to figure out where my chains begin and everything. It's easier to see. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my chain 2, which is 6. So I'm going to do 2 more, and then I'm going to close this magical adjustable loop. So that is 8. And then to close, all you have to do is grab your tail, and I kept it short so you could see it easily, and pull on it. Just yank and yank and yank until you close that loop up. And sometimes as you're working it'll start opening up again. You can just yank on it. Some people like to double knot to keep it closed. I just let it go until the very end of the project, and then I yank it closed again and weave it in, and that keeps it closed nice and tight. Depending on what you're going to do, you want to join your round. So you're going to work chain 2, You're going to stick your hook through the top of the chain 2 and yarn over, and then slip stitch that closed. And that slip stitch is going to take the place of the chain 2 loop. So that's the loop that you're going to work into, when you come back around. So now you're set for your next round and you have a nice closed loop. And that is the magic adjustable loop.